G'day headbangers and welcome to Dozel's Metalworks. Welcome back my fellow metalheads to another edition of Dozel's Metalworks. Well, we went through another month or so of countdowns, so now it's another month or so of doing other various listings. Now, one of my subscribers, Carlos, greetings Mr. Carl, suggested I do top Finnish bands. So I said, okay, I'll do one better because it was a good idea. So I'm going to go top 35 Nordic bands. Now, Nordic bands are, if I remember, Denmark, Norway, Finland, Sweden and Iceland. Now, I've pretty much left out Iceland because I haven't heard a single band on the list I looked up. So we're going to stick with just 4 of them at this stage. So we're going to start off with Sweden because, my God, that was a shitload of bands that I listened to that are on this list. So we'll start off from Sweden, yeah. Okay, we have Sabaton, which of course most people should know about. And then their offshoot band, so to speak, Civil War. Now, Civil War was a whole bunch of ex-members of Sabaton forming their own band. So they actually basically did exactly the same as Sabaton, but whereas Sabaton is more European stuff, this one's more worldwide kind of stuff. Still pretty decent. I actually own one of their CDs, if I'm correct, and yeah, it's pretty good. So that's interesting. Then you got Ghost, which a lot of people love or hate with them. Touch and go. And then Arch Enemy, which I'll absolutely love those guys and girl. Hammerfall, mate of mine we used to refer to them as a poor man's Manowar, which you might see as an insult or a compliment depending how much you love each band. Then you got Europe, who classic guys from the 80s. Don't know if they're still going, I think they are. Great band there, everyone knows them for their song Final Countdown. Sister Sin, Elaine, The Murder of My Sweet, which I've listened to a few of their albums and they're pretty good. Follow the Cypher, another good band there. A very popular, well-known band. Never got into them majorly though, and that's Opeth. Then we've got Crazy Elix. They're a very classic throwback to the 80s hair metal, these guys. Amaranth, of course, I've talked about them before. Sonic Syndicate. Not sure if they're around anymore, but definitely good when they were. Dragonland. Nocturnal Rites. The Eighth Sin is a great album, if you get a chance, get into that one. The Dark Element. Oh, fantastic collaboration in there. And then Cemetery. And yeah, so that wraps up Sweden. Then you're going to Finland. And now Finland, of course, we start off with quite possibly the best and most well-known symphonic metal band in the world, and that's Nightwish. Then we go on to Battle Beast. Then we have Beast in Black, which the guy was either fired or he left Battle Beast. I think he was the guitarist. And then formed his own band called Beast in Black. The logos for both bands are very similar still, and the whole themes are very similar as well, so, you know, 2 for the price of 1, I guess. Then you got Sonata Arctica, Stratovirus, love these guys. Children of Bottom, unfortunately never got into them, but I do know of them and have heard some of their stuff. Tarot, Lordi. Now Rex, didn't Lordi win that Eurovision thing years ago?
Yes.
Yes, that's freaking weird there. Eurovision metal band who dressed like a bunch of freaking Halloween freaks. Anyway, they made the list. So yeah. Winter Sun. And then rounding out the Finnish bands is Dark Sarah. Yes. Right, now we go on to Denmark. Unfortunately, Denmark, I've only got about 4 bands here. So we have Nemec, who I got into many years ago. Volbeat, Tyr, spelt T-Y-R. Their classic Viking metal. I've actually got one of their albums, and it's actually a really cool album. So yeah. And then rounding out Denmark, we have Beyond Twilight. So yeah, there you go. Now, unfortunately, I've only got 4 for Norway as well. So yeah, slim pickings, unfortunately. But the first band I've known for many, many decades. They're okay. Used to be a big fan years ago, probably not so much anymore. And that is Tristania. Then we have Serenia, another big one. Issa, short for Issa Overseen. Fantastic singer she is. Now, this 4th band, they are called Wigwam. Now you might go, what a strange band. Funny thing is, I didn't find out about these guys until I watched the DC superhero, or anti-hero, whatever you want to call him, TV series Peacemaker, starring John Cena. If you ever get a chance, watch the opening sequence. It is a perler. It's freaking hilarious. They're all dancing around like a bunch of twats, but you want to look away, but you can't. And the title track is, I think, Do You Want to Taste Me? Isn't it, Rex? Something like that? Rex goes, I don't know. Do You Want to Taste Me or something like that by Wigwam. So that's how I went to them. And I've watched some of their other stuff on YouTube and Spotify, and they're actually quite good. So yeah. But anyway, that is my top pick for 35 bands from the Nordic countries. So yeah, but before we go, my friends, what a cracker this week. One of my favourite American metal bands of all time, Dream Theater, have dropped the news. They have a new album coming out called Parasomnia. I don't know when it's going to get released, but that's the new album. Rex will chuck up the picture for you to have a squizzy. And during the week, they released the first single from it called Night Terror. 10 Minutes of Love. That's all I will say on that one. And if that song's anything to go by, the new album's going to be an absolute banger. Then probably a cracker and a corker and a rip snorter all at the same time. So, yeah, hanging out for that one. But it is Dream Theater, so yeah, it's pretty sweet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, there was another RIP during the week. I didn't send Rex a picture this week. But for this, I can't remember his name. But he was the guy who used to do the narration for Dragon Ball Z. I can't remember his name, but he passed away during the week. It's like all these voiceover people that have been passing away recently, it sucks dog's balls. But, you know, life is life. Pubic hair on toilet seats, and right, it's going to get pissed off. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so shout out to Carlos for the great idea for this week's, or this month's, idea for bands for countries. So I was telling Rex, if all goes well, next week probably will be Italy and Germany. So yeah, and on that note, until next week, my fellow metalheads, smosh on.